In the middle of the channel, the remains of a flimsy dinghy. It had set off from the French shore a few hours earlier. Almost everyone who'd been on this boat died in these cold waters. As on so many other days, hundreds of people had left the French beaches in an array of boats, some seaworthy, others manifestly not fit for purpose. But this wasn't a day like any other. Instead, it was shrouded in death. In the hours that followed, the French Interior Minister, the equivalent of the Home Secretary, came to the hospital here in northern France. He blamed people smugglers and said Britain and France must cooperate more.
We really have to work together. Two major countries who are friends, we have to fight against these traffickers together. And they play on our borders and, sadly, our differences in legislation. Sometimes this means there's a slight lack of cooperation. Possibly we are not working together enough yet, but we really must fight against these criminals, just as we fight against terrorists.
Inside this hospital is the morgue containing the bodies of the victims who perished in the freezing waters of the Channel, testimony to the dangers of that crossing. A criminal investigation has been launched and a number of suspected people smugglers have been arrested. The question is whether this terrible loss of life will stimulate a new debate about how to manage cross-channel migration. Britain has long claimed the French should do more to stop these boats leaving. Last month, we filmed these people running down a beach near Calais with their boat, heading for the UK and watched by the French police, who did not intervene. But now political debate has coincided with tragedy. One of the first people to reach the scene in the middle of the Channel was lifeboatman Charles De Vos.
It was really dramatic. There were floating bodies and it was really very shocking. We recovered all the people we saw on board. We recovered 6 people.
All dead?
All dead, yes. There was one woman who sadly was pregnant and a young man 18 to 20 years old, and the rest were men.
This area of northern France is dotted with groups of people desperate to reach the UK, prepared to pay thousands to smugglers and also to accept great risks. Now those risks have come horribly true. Adam Parsons, Sky News, Calais.